It's 2017. The years keep rolling by, but thanks to all of you, we keep finding more people who truly are the talk of the town.
We're excited for another new year filled with adventure, and we can't wait to learn all about things going on in the Poconos.
Before we plan for the year ahead, it's always fun to revisit our favorite segments from the past.
One of the highlights of 2016 was getting the kids of BRC 13 involved with surprises for their parents. First was Mother's Day. Anyone can make something special for Mother's Day.
Even the little people, right?
We're joined by Maddie and Peyton and their dads. You may remember them from last summer when we had an ice cream eating contest with them.
Do you remember eating ice cream? Yes, it was good, wasn't it? Yummy.
Your dads were messy, weren't they?
We're gonna get messy again today. Do you want to make a present for your mommies?
And presents for mommies too.
You
Dad, you
ready?
want to hold that
Ready,
hand?
Maddie?
I'll hold this hand.
Other
Let's-
side. So
Okay, here we go. Ooh, wow, look at how pretty that pink is.
Purple.
do you like that color?
You like purple.
Maddie, your mom is
Pretty.
going to
Are you
love
ready?
it.
Ready? Boink. Boink. Whoa.
Okay, ready?
Ready, Maddie?
Okay, Dad, you hold that
set,
All right.
Go! Ready, set. Wow,
That's pretty.
Hey, you know what's a fun thing to do?
Yeah.
Go like
Turn your
this
hands
and
around.
wipe it right on your shirt. Yes.
Yeah. Whoa.
Time for the piggies.
Good thing we have the dads here to suspend the kids. Here we go.
Oh, what's it look like?
Yay!
That's your foot.
Right here, good? Yay!
Foot.
Purple.
Another
Purple.
purple. All right, you ready? Go for it, wherever you want. Wow, press them all down. Okay, you're gonna paint Daddy's hand.
Okay.
Oh, that's a bit cold.
You know what? We already have this blue. Can we have a different color?
Yeah, I like the color.
Very good, put more on it.
Purple.
Oh, you don't have to go up the arm.
Go all the way up to his elbow.
That's okay.
Wow, we haven't used that.
A little bit
A little
more.
bit more on the
Want
fingers.
Get my fingers up here.
Okay, wait. I have to get
And my thumb.
a paper plate for that one.
Oh, you're doing so good.
Okay, right there.
You ready?
Right there. Wow.
Get some on there. You go. Nope. Others. There we go. Rub it
Good
in.
job. Maddie, I like pink. Maybe he needs a little more up there.
Is this the last one then?
Yeah.
Look, watch.
Where do you want me to put
Right
it?
there?
Peyton, can you push his hand down onto the box?
Push it down.
Can you
Push his hand down.
Push my hand down.
Push it.
Oh, push it real hard.
Real hard.
Real hard.
Let's see. All right, you ready?
Okay, you think it's good?
You ready?
You did.
Oh.
And Daddy's toes.
And Daddy's toes.
There's
Daddy's
no room
toes.
for Daddy's feet on there.
Happy Mother's Day.
For Father's Day, we rounded up a few more BRC 13 kids.
So with us today is little Robert, Anthony, and Mia. Hi, guys. How are you?
Good.
Are you ready to paint some rocks for Daddy?
This is such a simple project you can do with your kids. You don't have to have a direction, you just have to have pretty paints.
We have kind of a vision for what's going to happen today, but when you're working with kids, you never know, right? You have to be ready for just about anything. And what we did was we collected 3 rocks of differing sizes,
Good.
and we're going to make something that says, "My Dad Rocks." Does your dad rock? Yeah? Why's your
definitely
dad
does.
special?
Because he plays with me every day.
He plays. It's great to have a dad that plays with you every day.
Yes, Mia, is your daddy special to you too? Why is your daddy special to you?
Tell my mom, tell her always play with me.
Because he plays with you too?
They're my Barbie and my baby dot.
He plays Barbies with you? You know
That is a
what?
good
That's a
daddy.
special dad that plays Barbies.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, we need to put lots of paint on these rocks.
Do you tell kids at school that your dad works at Channel 13?
Yeah, I have some good friends.
You have some good, and what do they think about your daddy working at Channel 13?
They think it's good.
It's good? It's
Yeah.
pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna color in this heart, okay, Mia? You can color it in any color you want.
So Robert's done with his. He's helping other people now.
Do you want to help? Is it okay, Mia, if Robert helps with your rock? Robert, you can paint too.
He's using mixed mediums.
He has got
Pine
it going
needles.
on.
Yeah,
What do you think he's going to say when he sees this?
but good.
He's going to say good?
Yeah.
He's gonna say, wow,
You think
good
you'll put
job.
it somewhere where he could see it all the time?
Yeah.
And remember that you made it for him?
Yeah.
Do you guys have a place that you think you can hide this until Father's Day?
I know where I should hide it.
Where?
Dad stays in the basement.
Okay, but don't drop it on your toe.
Yeah. That'll hurt.
That would hurt. Remember what I said it's going to say on these rocks?
Dad rocks.
My
dad
rocks. Can you say that with us?
My dad rocks.
Dad.
Yes, he does.
One more D. Perfect. That was awesome.
D-A.
D-A-D. What does that spell?
Dad.
Dad.
Good job.
You'll tell my mother down in his wall and build that's really me.
Yeah. Where's this one gonna go?
Let's see.
Up there? That's great. You're doing a good job of putting them all over the place. I love it. Robert, can I have that one? Can I have it? Thank you. Can we put it on this rock? Yeah? Okay.
Anthony's telling us all what it says. Go ahead, tell us again. Point to him when you say it.
My dad rocks.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
13.
14. I'm done.
My dad rocks. Happy Father's Day.
In June, we met an amazing young man with a passion for out-of-this-world art.
So just make an area. I tend to put my bigger planets up in the left corner.
So we're doing
why?
a solar system, is that kind
Yeah.
of thing? Or just
Why
planets?
left corner? Just because you
I don't
like
know,
that?
that's just how I
that's
do
your
it.
style, right?
Yeah.
So
Marie's kind of a rebel. She could put hers in the right corner.
I think
You
I'm
never
going to
know.
because I'm left-handed and I just feel like going that way. There you go.
I'm just gonna add lines on it. You can do.
Ooh, and it's wet, so it kind of
Yeah.
cool.
I really love art. I can't really express how much I love it because I express it with my paintings.
This one's awesome because I love the way that peeling
Yeah.
when you pull it off.
And you'll give it a texture.
All right, I
that's
put the
better.
flower side down. That's kind of cool.
You just put it on and then lift it off?
Yeah.
So you can change your mind as you go and do whatever you want.
Yeah.
There are no rules. Is that what you're saying? That's cool.
There's no rules. And you can do different textures by crumbling it up.
Oh, so your paper, you can be, all right, whatever you want it to be.
Yep. And sometimes you have to do it a couple of times.
Yeah, until you're happy with it, right?
Yep.
Wow, that is kind of cool. It looks like a fireball.
Yep. So shading requires black.
Black.
Again, make sure it sprays. And you guys can do this too. And I tend to do it sort of more like this.
So you have the sun coming this way.
Yeah.
Oops, lost my little brush. Good?
Yeah,
One more.
perfect. Now I'm gonna get my template. I'm just gonna drop that right on there.
So if there's a certain part of your design that you really like, you make sure it's covered up.
Yeah. I call this ruining the
Ready?
painting.
Then it's like, go.
I just paint everything black.
Wow.
Now,
And then take them off, right?
yes, take all the lids off.
Whoop.
Just spray your finger like that.
Just spray your finger.
Just spray your finger.
It just
She's
doesn't.
like, why?
Yeah, I'm exactly like
You'll see
why.
She
why.
wants to know the why.
That's perfect. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna flick it once. And
Oh,
then
you
we're
just made
gonna-
stars.
That's okay, and then we're gonna flick it like that.
See that?
You're flicking a little aggressively in my direction, Kim.
Going for you, Zach.
There's so many other distractions that kids have nowadays. To have any kid come and say that they're interested in something that has to do with making something that is artistic in any way, shape, or form is just kind of nice. You know, they can spend so many hours on Xbox and on their phones and whatever, but Matt, after an hour, has something he can show. You know, that some people can look at. He's got something that he did, and I just think that's really neat.
From outer space, we took a step back in time.
Our society has found a way to up the pace and computerize everything.
Sometimes you just need to take a step back and get your hands dirty.
That's the whole idea behind a new print shop in Jim Thorpe. They're breaking all the modern rules.
Somersault Letterpress is about kind of going back to the old craftsman style of printing. We're mixing a little bit more of the modern technology so that things can be done a little faster and a little quicker, and broaden the scope of what can actually be printed versus the old lead set type or wood blocks. So we can take anyone's logo or image or technology and apply it to these old presses. It's still one color at a time. Everything's done by hand. So, but I think the end result is the beauty of it, and these presses are just awesome to work with.
What are we going to do today?
Today we're going to print your fabulous note cards for Talk of the Town. We're going to do that on a Heidelberg windmill. Here is your chosen ink that we have, the
purple.
814 purple fluorescent. Right here. Don't fling it at her. Okay, there's the good stuff down there in the bottom. This drops right in here.
Do you have a nickname for this press?
This one's called Eva.
Eva.
Eva, kind of this was our first press, kind of take on Eve, Adam and Eve part of it. So this is Eva. All right, so we're gonna fire it up. Okay, there's our first one.
Oh, very
What do you think?
nice.
Yeah. Very nice. Oh, nice.
Now if you rub your finger over, you can feel the depth
Yep,
that we
feel.
pushed that in there.
It's like embossed.
Nice job.
It's all you guys did it. How many did you guys want?
We realized that the economy was going in a different direction. It was going to fast, cheap, easy, and we really wanted to stick with what we did best, which was higher end caliber work as far as design and printing.
And last one. Done. And done.
Yeah. Awesome.
Eva did a nice job today.
Yes, Eva did a nice job
Eva,
today.
yeah, Eva did great.
We're a couple local people now, I feel like, that want to produce and live and work in this town, make things that go out across the country that say handmade in historic Jim Thorpe.
Remember, we're planning 2017, so send us a message on Facebook.
More adventures from 2016 are coming up. Throughout 2016, we were always looking for something different to try, and we found it.
A new adventure game in Bartonsville, where we tested our brain power at Escape Poconos.
Escape Poconos is a real-life escape adventure game. We have a group of 2 to 8 people come into a room. They have up to an hour to escape by solving puzzles and clues to eventually find a key that unlocks the door.
All right, we have 1 hour to try and get out of this room.
Where do we look first?
I don't know. Let's just
start looking.
Zach, you have to help.
What advice do you have, Zach?
I'd like to catalog everything, look at everything that moves,
And see how.
and try to collect it all together. See if anything looks like it has a pattern or something out of place.
Here, there's a card.
A card? Did we find our first clue?
I saw it there.
Ah, okay.
Diamonds before hearts, followed by. Should we put this on the table?
Make sure you pay attention to all the details in the room. Everything has a purpose. Just don't discard anything until you know you don't need it.
Just keep looking until.
Oh, there's a T. teeth. What'd you find in there?
I die once a year, yet time makes me stronger.
We've been in here for 20 minutes, Marie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm actually going to use it for.
John, Dan, we have lots of clues.
And we need help.
We need a hint.
How many white dice have you found?
Oh.
4.
There's one more.
Oh, okay.
One more.
That just means keep looking.
Think out of the box. Some things you think a lot of too hard on, and you get stuck on it. And then once we explain the answer to you, you guys are like, "Wow, I wish I thought it was a lot simpler."
Here it is. Oh.
What does that spell?
Scout. S-C-O-U-T. Success.
There's something in there.
Yay, one more clue.
Most groups have a fantastic time. Sometimes they'll get a little frustrated on a certain puzzle, but everyone has a blast.
Hiding down below our feet, but seen by looking high.
I've got it.
Makes me think smoke. You have it?
I have it.
Well, are you participating in this group or what?
Well, it depends.
Well, give us.
We only have 14 minutes and 54 seconds.
Give us.
What's it worth to you?
I thought you were part of our team.
Give us a clue, Zach.
So I think Zach knows it, but he's not telling.
Yay.
It's a key.
Marie, can we get out? Yay!
Go. We have 7 minutes and 56 seconds.
Yay! Woo! Bye! Throughout the year, we tried our hand at lots of crafts, including the art of sculpting with a very sharp needle and wool. It's called needle felting.
And initially I was sculpting animals out of polymer clay, and then once I discovered the art of needle felting, I thought that was a very interesting craft. When I sat down and finally tried it out, I was addicted. So everything just transferred from clay to wool. What I do is I'll take wool roving and I will poke it with a special needle that has barbs up and down the point, and that tangles all the fibers together. So just a forewarning, you got your needles. Be mindful of your fingers. They're very sharp, and they have the little barbs up and down the end. Take a little bit of red and kind of roll it into a ball. This is going to be the entire size of your ladybug body. And you're just poking the wool into the felt. You could have a really bad day and then come home and stab the heck out of something and make something cute.
Stab the heck out of something without getting in trouble.
Yeah. You take it, get all your aggressions out.
No
and
police report necessary.
Yeah. And you make something cool at the end of it.
Oh, I like mine already.
All you have is a red ball.
I like it.
You're gonna take a little bit of black and you're gonna make almost like a little crescent moon shape. And then you're gonna place that wherever you want the head to be sitting. And then you're just gonna start poking that in.
Is it a new thing, or is it something that's very old that's coming back?
It is a very old technique, definitely. People used to do this to fix socks, sweaters, anything wool that they had. From here, you can go a little crazy and do the spots. And this can be however many spots you want. You don't have to follow mine at all. And this one will be the most shallow pokes of all because it's going right on the top. The wool really makes all the textures of like feathers and fur just kind of come alive a little more. I used to draw comics, and then slowly but surely I felt myself being pulled into the Poconos, the wildlife of the Poconos. Everything just entranced me.
Now these guys don't have any kind of insides, but you said some of your guys have like a skeleton that you make and build off. Tell me about that.
I'll take a wire, like usually pipe cleaners, something more sturdy if it's a heavier piece, but the smaller ones I'll just use pipe cleaners. And I'll make the spine and then the legs. And then I just build on top of that. Just wrap the wool on top of it and
start felting it.
Yep, and just a lot of building more and more on top of each other. It's very tedious because every stab you do, it's just one poke at a time. The smallest thing I make is about 2 hours. Everything else is usually 10 plus.
How about that guy?
That took me a month. This took me a month of working on just this and nothing else. I lost track of hours. I love to sit and watch animals outside and just kind of watch them interact with each other and just you can see their little personalities shining through, and I really hoped to get that across in my art.
I think our ladybugs are done.
Looking good.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. They're so cute. It's always great to learn how to make something. So when we found an active cider press at Heckman Orchards, we couldn't wait to smash those apples.
Here at Heckman Orchards, we have a 250-acre fruit and vegetable farm. We have 40 acres of it are in the fruit part of it, with 25 acres being in the apple trees. You can set it here, and then you can just tip it up and onto the sorting table. We don't like to have stones or pieces of wood or anything else.
Looks good.
In our cider.
Yep.
So,
What kind are these?
these are galas, and these are basically all the pickouts that didn't make the cut. They could have a slight bruise on them, a little scar on them, and those that we would normally throw out as waste, we've recycled them into cider.
They're gooky.
Got to get rid of the bad ones.
Yeah, we don't want those in our cider.
Some animal will want to eat
Yeah,
this.
yeah. Our grinder grinds them up to the consistency of applesauce. We have a rack and cloth system, so we'll put a rack down, a gauge for the depth of it, and then we put a cheesecloth on, and we'll fill that up with the mixture of the ground up apples. Certain varieties of apples, the sugars turn brown real quick on, where others you can slice them and they'll stay white for a while.
Yeah.
That's why you see the different colors, in
Coming
the apple
through.
mash. We fold it up, put another rack on, another cloth, until we make a whole series 11 racks high. So this needs to get rolled underneath the press.
So we're going under, huh?
Already it smells great. Ready for 2,000 pounds of pressure.
When we put it underneath the press, it's a hydraulic press, and it compresses it to 2,000 pounds of pressure.
So that's every drop, pretty much.
Well, it gets a lot of it out, yeah. Once it's completely pressed, it's rolled over here, and now it's time to unload the pummies.
Oh, wow.
Looks like an apple cake.
Yeah, it kind of is.
It does.
It's kind of cakey, and
Wow.
a lot of the juice is all out of the apples.
Yeah, it feels dehydrated
Yeah.
a little bit, yeah.
And I guess you could really eat it, except that there's seeds in there.
Yeah, there's seeds in there and stems and some other,
It wouldn't hurt you.
No, it wouldn't
It's probably
hurt you.
good for you.
Yeah, there's probably nutritional. It's good that you're giving it to animals.
If you grab this corner and that corner, there you go. Now you can just carry it over to the elevator.
Well, there's a system, and you definitely need a partner, right?
I don't know. We need a partner. They might not.
The juice that is pressed out goes down into a series of holding tanks to hold it, and then from there it is pumped through a UV machine, an ultraviolet machine, to kill off any bacteria or anything that could possibly be on the apples or on the cider. And then it is pumped into a holding tank where we tap it out into the containers.
Just fill them up?
Yep. If you pull them down, they'll stay down.
Have you ever had an overflow?
We've had many of those.
Sure.
We've had many of overflows.
You're really the only place around here that's got a press that's making cider. So how valuable is that jug?
Well, it's a very valuable thing to us. We sell a lot of cider, in the season.
Doesn't get any fresher than this.
And now it's time to enjoy a little fruits of our labor.
Oh,
thank you.
cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks. When Talk of the Town returns, we've got high kicks and tap shoes.
You don't find us sitting still too often. We're always up for a new exercise challenge.
In 2016, we tapped our toes and joined a kick line. What advice do you have for us as we join your kick line for the day?
Oh goodness, advice for you. Just keep smiling.
So if you mess up, keep smiling?
Just keep smiling. Yep, watch the counts. The counts are super important. Put your right arm on the high part of the back, and then your left hand is going on the lower parts of the person's back next to you. And they're just there as a little support, but all of your weight is on you.
You don't want to hang on them to
no
be able to
hanging on your partner. You're not bringing them down. Right, you'll pull, then they'll be pulling down. So you're gonna step with your right, and we're gonna go step, flick, step, flick, step, flick, step, flick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, down. Good. Okay. Woo! My girls, you okay? Smiling.
Oh yeah, wait, were we smiling yet?
Yes, you have to keep smiling the whole time.
I don't know if I was smiling or not.
The next set that we're going to do is we're going to have just straight leg kicks. Ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Are we ready for the jump kicks?
As ready as we're ever going to be.
We're going to jump together, and your leg is going to come up. Jump together, leg up. 5, 6, ready, and 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down. Good. See, now your eye goes directly to you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Step straight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1.
So this is the first time I've ever even put on tap shoes. What advice do you have for me?
Watch your feet. Well, actually, watch my feet.
Sold, I will do that.
And listen to the sounds. A lot of times the word sounds like the sound that your feet are supposed to be making. Just go forward. Yep. Shuffle. Very good. Excellent.
It's been, I think, 22 years since I've worn these tap shoes.
The beginning of our dance, the hat starts on our head, and we point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the shuffles that we did at the bar, we're going to do in the dance.
3 on that side?
3 times.
Is that what it is, 3?
To the front, to the back.
Zach, I know you're impressed.
Zach, what size tap shoes do you wear?
Good exercise. We definitely work up sweat every time we're here, but it's a lot of fun too. A lot of laughing going on and having a good time.
From day one, we started together, we ended up together. Everyone helps everyone. We do have a great teacher, but it's helpful to have moms who don't know what they're doing either.
All right, let's try that all with music.
Yes.
From the beginning.
I think we're pretty well-rounded.
I think so. At least we're always willing to try.
Coming up next, we hit the basketball court and the baseball diamond.
Get moving. It was one of our goals throughout 2016.
It helped us meet some talented high school basketball players as they prepared for the annual Perryman Keglovitz All-Star Classic.
When these kids all get together for just one day, we throw the ball up and they pass the ball back and forth, all of a sudden they become family. They're very competitive playing against the people that you played against and may have beaten you, and now they're your buddies.
The Perryman Keglovitz All-Star Classic honors the memory of two East Stroudsburg men. Arthur Perryman, an outstanding basketball player whose scoring record of 1,735 points still stands at East Stroudsburg South.
He was a very good basketball player, but more so than that, Arthur was just a great kid. Never used profanity, extremely positive, extremely hard worker. Was diagnosed, I believe, with prostate cancer when he was about 17, 18 years old.
Al Keglovitz was a coach and teacher who loved basketball and his community.
He was a basketball coach. He was a comedian. The community loved him. And he succumbed to esophageal cancer. The community, they did everything they possibly could.
The charity basketball event is such a great cause, we decided to get involved and practice with some of this year's players.
What advice do you have for us as we're hanging with your basketball players?
Move quickly. Being tall or being small is totally irrelevant. It's all about quickness and moving the ball.
All right, Wayne, I'm ready to give you some tips.
Yeah, okay.
Marie, I don't think you're going to teach him anything.
Good job. Oh, we got a lefty.
Hey! There you go. There you go. Good job.
They're racing. They're competitive.
Trying to go too fast.
Introducing the white team, the Perryman team, coached by Sean Mumford and Adam Cole. Introducing the gold team, the Keglovitz team, coached by John Hastings and Terry Beaumont. And the official for this evening, Mr. Bill Reeves.
1, 2, 3, Perryman. All right, let's do it.
1, 2, 3, hard work.
I'm not even sure what to do. Okay, nothing.
Shoot it.
Whoa.
Rebound, Chris. Oh, good rebound.
So this is the way we come.
Good job. There we go.
That's it. Done.
Hey. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cancer can't stop a legacy. We did so well at basketball, we decided to become buddies for Challenger Sports and help with a baseball game.
Challenger Sports is an organization that was established 11 years ago to provide the opportunity for young men and women with disabilities to play sports.
We're going to throw out the first pitch, believe it or not. I've never thrown out a first pitch before.
I've been a pitcher before, but never in events like this, and it was always underhand softball.
So we better warn them before we throw the ball. Ready? All right, here we go.
Go.
Whoa!
Peter, number 11.
All right, Peter.
Come on, Peter.
Go.
Good job,
Peter. Is off to first base.
You can expect to see a lot of laughter, a lot of kids having fun, playing a game like anybody else plays a game, just on their level, at what they're comfortable with.
Yeah, go, run,
I see smiling faces, and I see my cousin in these kids, and he never got to experience this because he's always been in a wheelchair. So for me, being able to help these kids and have that experience, it just makes me feel great.
We couldn't do this without buddies. And we have a lot of buddies that come and help us. They are very important. They teach the kids as well, our athletes, the positions, what to do, what not to do.
What kind of things do you think you have to share with them tonight?
Well, maybe some batting strategies, some fielding strategies, like where they want to play, some tips on catching the ball.
We're finding, and the league is telling me, that their kids are getting as much out of this as our kids. The kids with special needs are out there on the field, and brothers and sisters are watching them from the stands. So it's kind of a payback, or an opportunity to walk in their shoes, so to speak.
Ready?
All the way down. Good job. In comes Alina for another roll. Maybe one day. Good job. Go. He's gonna slide. Oh yeah.
That was fast.
High five here. Good job.
They can play and have fun out on the fields where typically they're not included in the school sports. These sports they are included in, and it's all free. There's no cost to the parents or to the children.
When our look back at 2016 continues, we head outside to take on nature. Well, you know I'm the earthy one, but Kim and I both love nature.
So anytime we have the chance to learn something new about the great outdoors, we're on it.
We start with plants and then move on to the animal kingdom.
You know spring is finally here when everything outside is greening up.
Pruning is a basic skill that will help keep your trees and shrubs looking great all season long.
We have our very own pruning coach with us today, Herb Johns from Point Phillip Perennials. Marie, I think you know him.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
Dad, tell us why we have to even prune trees and shrubs.
Okay, well, you said that it was a basic skill. It's really, you really don't be afraid to prune. Just, it's not going to hurt the plant, and that's what everyone's afraid of. They think they're going to hurt the plant, and the plant will love you if you prune it correctly.
All right, so Dad, I know one of the most important things about pruning is just to know it's on your own property and what you're supposed to do with it. And every plant has its own thing, right?
On time to prune, and it's very important that you prune it correctly.
I've got a few of these hydrangeas at my house. Everything looks dead, but I know there's buds on these.
Yeah, you don't want to cut that because that's this year's flower. So this particular hydrangea is a blue one, and there also are pink ones, and they bloom on last year's growth. So you have to be careful pruning. You want to cut the old flowers off only. You leave all the stalks with the buds on the terminal end. You can cut anything dead off and out, and anything will cut around the bottom because the bottom, they don't get enough light to bloom correctly anyhow, and this will make the plant more healthy. Remember, the two reasons you prune is to make the plant healthy and to make the plant nice, that you like it.
The shape.
Because it's your plant. We always cut back to a growing bud, and that bud will become the new flower. Remember to use bypass pruners that the two blades pass each other.
Now, Herb, I have to ask you, my hydrangeas get so big that in the middle of the summer, I want to cut like a whole section off. Does that hurt the plant when you do that?
No, after they bloom is when you want to prune them to size.
Looks way better than he did before.
Yeah, a lot different than it did before too.
It's going to be a nicer plant this year.
So Dad, another spring bloomer, so we're not going to do a whole lot with this lilac, right?
No, because it's going to bloom on last year's growth.
You can actually see
and
the
that's
buds.
what's on the top. So what you do is you prune what you think doesn't look so great. And I would like to prune this one off because it would make the plant a little bit more
symmetrical.
And you always cut off right to the base. Anything else that's dead, like this one right here, you can cut off. And you cut off as close as you can to where it's grown out of.
How important is it to get the leaves out of the middle?
It would be nice, think about it. Would you breathe better without leaves around your mouth?
Would you, Kim?
All right, looks like we're moving from shrubs to trees now.
This little guy, he started out only a foot tall in 2003.
Nothing little about him now.
And we've been pruning him ever since. So does that make a difference?
Yeah, it's very little that you have to do year after year. You just want to cut a little bit of the material growing from the inside trunk out because it doesn't get much light, and maybe you'll limb up a little bit from the bottom so that you'll get more light underneath for your other plants. Maybe we'll take this one. And maybe they take this one here. I think maybe this one would be a good one to take.
Yeah. It's trying to be a new trunk.
I'm not going to be able to get it. I have to get it with a saw later. So you can get that with
the pruning saw
later.
A little later in the year, we focused on snakes and bugs with the Kettle Creek Environmental Education Center as they celebrated their 40th anniversary.
This is a black rat snake, and then this is a ringneck snake, very common in the Poconos, the ringneck. You can find them under logs and rocks, and they're real gentle, but the really cool thing about these guys is the color and the fact that they have a ring on their neck, which is a great identifying feature. The black rat snakes are also common in the Poconos. They're a constrictor, which means they wrap their body around their prey. And these are two snakes that we have currently here at the center. You know, snakes are a very, very feared critter, sadly, and they play such an important role in nature, and they're really cool. I mean, not only are they cool, but they're cool, aren't they? On this warm day, you see how cool their body is.
Yes. This guy wants to be a piece of jewelry.
Yeah, yeah. They're just really awesome creatures.
This guy knows I like bracelets.
Yes, look at that. That's so funny. And there are very special things that insects have that make them insects. So, can either one of you think of something that would make an insect an insect? What we might call a characteristic. You know,
6 legs.
So, excellent
That's
example.
That's the beginning, right?
6 legs,
6
you got
legs.
it. So now you have your 6 legs, which you would need if you were going to be an insect. What else would you need? I can help you too if you need a little help.
Antennae.
Oh, antennae. And what do the insects use their antennae for? Do you know?
To touch, to feel.
To feel. Some insects use it to smell with. Yep. So they're very,
to
very
sense what's going on around them.
Absolutely. So your antennae.
Very nice.
And your
oh, very nice.
Your antennae. We'll hope these stay on. You have a little bit bigger heads than 6 and 7-year-olds. Don't move your head.
All right, I won't.
All right, so antennae. What else do they have?
Compound eyes.
Oh, that's a good one.
Googly eyes.
Yeah, like lots of.
So, Maria, when you look at Kim, how many Kims do you see?
I see one.
You see one.
Only one,
and
thank God.
One's enough.
You see
one Marie. Whoops.
One Marie. You look through this, you're going to see what an insect sees.
I see lots of you, Kim.
So we have simple eyes. So there's one lens in our eye, where an insect has many lenses. So when they look, you can put your. This is what an insect sees. When they look at you, they see many of you.
Wow.
Pretty cool, huh?
Woo! I have red wings.
You get your wings.
My wings.
We really should have turned Zach into the insect.
You really probably should have. Very carefully.
Yep, I can't see where the hole really was because of my segmented eyes.
Here, let's move your wings.
There we go.
Isn't Halloween coming soon?
You might have this kind of mouth.
Oh, like a scissor mouth. Is that like a?
That's like
some
pincher
beetles?
bug or
like earwig?
Praying mantis.
Praying mantis.
Oh, it is. That's what I guessed earlier.
I know my bugs.
All right, so we'll give you a pair of pliers.
Yeah, that hurts too.
Those.
Wow.
If you ever got pinched by one,
Yeah.
it hurts.
Hey, You guys all right? I think I've turned you into an insect. You have everything you need.
I know.
Are you okay?
Yes.
You all right?
So
You're
far.
still Maria and Kim?
Yeah,
we're still good. Oh my God. Phew.
This year, we also had the honor of sharing a man's passion for breathtakingly beautiful living coral.
Steve Brooker wanted to save our oceans. He propagated many kinds of coral at Crazy Corals in Palmerton.
Sadly, Steve passed away unexpectedly in early December, but his family wants to keep his dream alive. In his honor, we share his passion with you once again.
It was a hobby that turned into a passion that turned into a job.
It's like all little potted plants underwater.
It's aquaculturing, it's what we do, and it's a good thing for the ocean because, you know, one day we could reintroduce this back into the ocean and rebuild a reef. The Great Barrier Reef right now is 65% bleached out.
So when you say bleached out, you just mean dead.
Right, absolutely. These tanks, the torch corals, which are pink tipped and blue tipped.
They look like flowers.
Yes.
I think they're my favorite.
Are they? The gold torch, that's all. Most of these torches came from Australia. So these are a highly sought after coral. Australian corals are collected and more or less the prized possessions of the coral that is in reef, you know, in the hobby. The SPS coral would be something along the lines of like this bonsai coral, where it's an acropora coral, and that SPS stands for small polyp stony coral. So the stony being it's consuming and laying down calcification and growing that way. LPS coral is long polyp stony coral, so it has more mass to it as far as the polyp extension and what's growing on the stone. And then you go into zoanthids, which are soft corals, which are mostly, you know, soft corals and like mushrooms, green star polyps, different things like that are your beginner corals. They're easier to maintain. Once it's set up and stable, it really becomes its own little ecosystem in there. Everything's alive, everything works on its own. So yes, you're taking care of it, but it's not as hard as people think. I think that's the biggest misconception. That's what I say, it's always 78 and sunny at Crazy Corals. Now the underwater gardening starts.
Guess you don't have to water them.
No, just gotta feed them.
Good luck, little corals. Are you excited for Finding Dory to come out?
I am very excited about Dory.
Do you think something like that actually, I don't know, helps share the knowledge?
Absolutely, it gets people involved. It makes them care about the ocean and what's in there. You know, even though it's in a cartoon form, people realize, well, these fish are actually in the ocean, and you know, we're polluting it. You know, and we should maybe help out and do something.
There are so many beautiful locations across the Poconos. Lots of them are free, like the trail along the Weisport Canal.
We decided to take a bike ride with the president of the DNL National Heritage Corridor. Check it out.
Maybe I'm a little partial, but I think this is one of the most beautiful parts of the DNL Trail. This is the connector into Jim Thorpe. Jim Thorpe to my north, and Perryville, Palmerton, Slatington, and the Lehigh Valley to my south. Weisport, historically, was kind of like a sort of a Home Depot area, if you would, back in the 1800s. This is a spot where the canal boats would come from the north with their goods, could be lumber, could be coal, could be other things, and they would offload here, and then that building over there, which is now the Canal Side Guest House, was where there and in their barn is where the things were stored and then distributed. So it was like a distribution center, sort of like an Amazon distribution center of the 1800s. So we're coming up on the lock.
And this is one of the lock that volunteers help take care of?
Yeah, we have a team of local trail tenders that come out, and typically in the spring, working with the Lehigh Canal Recreation Commission, We come out and they'll put kayaks or canoes into the water, and they'll go into the lock itself, remove roots and vegetation that might deteriorate the stone structure, because it's the stone structure of these beautiful locks. If you can imagine, back in the 1820s when they built these, and they're still standing today. And so we just want to, we want to keep them stabilized. There's a beautiful pavilion for people, a covered pavilion for folks to either stage an event or meet and have a picnic. We have a watered section of canal. There are no operational locks here, but the fact that we have a watered section makes it, very attractive for wildlife. This trail it's in your backyard, it's owned by you, the communities that it goes through. There's 2 state parks, Lehigh Gorge up north and Delaware Canal State Park, where the state takes care of it, but other than that, it's the local municipalities and local volunteers.
One final flashback from 2016 takes us to Lake Harmony, where we bounced across the waves with Yeti Water Sports.
The tube ride is actually the most thrilling ride that we have here on the lake here.
You do want to be sitting across from each other just to make sure the weight is evenly balanced, so the tube's not flying to one side.
And are you our driver today?
Yes, I will be driving you today.
What advice do you have for us?
Remain seated at all times. You want to make sure you're holding on to those handles.
Hold on tight.
Yeah. We do it's about a 15-minute ride around the lake here. We rip you around, and by the time you're done, you're exhausted. You're holding on, and you're being tossed around left and right, and you're getting splashed with water. It's a blast.
You left your seat! Can anyone go on the tube, or are there certain requirements?
Typically, it's children 5 and over. But that's about it, though. As long as you're able to hold on to the tube, the inner tube you'll see, you can sit inside of it. The chances of getting dumped out are depending on how well you hold on to the tube there. So.
So much to do up here. It's really the premier spot in the Poconos for all your water sport needs.
Crazy!
Everybody all right?
Yep. I'm afraid to get back up. I'm afraid the moment I'll put my foot up is that it'll launch me. I got back up.
Yeah!
There's an activity for everybody out here. Paddle boards, kayaking, you have pedal boats, the tubing, and then the lake cruise is nice and relaxing.
What an amazing year. Thanks to all of you for inviting us into your homes and for sending us so many great ideas. Keep it up in the new year.
We promise to visit lots of new places and try as many unique things as we can. Remember, whatever you do, be the talk of the town. Happy New Year! Probably just leave it alone because I can't really make it better. Okay. All right, I'm ready.
Why did you touch it?